Riders, it's Josh from CycleHunters.com, and today we have a 2005 Suzuki GSXR 600. So this bike, there's a little bit of a story going on with it, but the biggest thing is it's a cool 2005 GSXR 600. And anybody that knows the GSXR line, the 2005 model year for the 600s and the 1000s are easily one of the most popular that I've ever seen come about, because the way that the bike handles, I mean, it looks awesome. It's just a good bike. And as far as hitting the nail on the head, Suzuki really did it with this one. Now, as we get into this bike, I'm going to show you there are some blemishes. This bike also, right off the bat, so you know, is an R title. It's reconstructed. I believe this was a theft recovery. So it doesn't look like it was down. It doesn't look like anybody did anything malicious to it. It just, somebody stole it and it was recovered, so thus the R title. But it happens that it is now an R title. So besides that and the blemishes here and there, motor-wise, everything is great. It's sound, it's serviced. She is such a good bike. You can see some of the little ones right there. There's a little one right there. Some little surface scratches and things. It's a used bike. You're gonna have it. There's one. You kind of see those in the tank. Kind of see that. But besides all that, it is really clean. It's a nice, clean bike. A couple on the back here. A little bit there. You can see it's got a Yosh carbon fiber RS3 exhaust. Wheels are super clean. This thing sounds awesome too, by the way, which we're going to turn it on in a second. Fire her up. A little bit of some scuffage going on right there. Probably wind up doing a little bit of some touch-up paint. Now the mirrors are aftermarket. You can see it's the aftermarket looking carbon fiber stuff. It's not a real carbon fiber. It's that it's like a wrap. A little bit right there. You can see in the wheel. The side's really nice. I mean, overall, it's a really nice bike. And if you're not going to be worried so much about some blemishes here and there, you can have a great machine to ride. If you're somebody that likes sport bikes, daily riding a sport bike, it's nothing new to you. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and dig that notification bell for updated content. Right, Joel?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Nice GSXR 600. All right, so like I said, you can see the bar ends are in good shape. Wasn't down. Just some little scratches here and there. But let's see here. This bike, 13,394 miles. So for the year, not a ton. Let's see here. All right, so left front turn signal, there you go. And you can see low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. And let's go left rear. Cancel that, go right rear. Right front. Cancel that. This is going to be a foot brake. Hand brake. Controls are straightforward. You have your high beam, low beam, hazards, left, right, cancel, and your horn. Right side is on-off switch. and your starter. But looks like I'm going to have to pull the clutch for that. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's what you want to hear. Gonna rip it up with that one. Yoshi Carbon Fiber RS3. A little bit of a scuff on there. Yeah. See your high beam, low beam, your turn signal. You have a gas gauge. Your tach. You have your temperature gauge, your check engine, your oil gauge, odometer, and your speedometer. You have the same thing, like you have your trips. You hold the one button on the side there, it cancels it out. You have your trip 2, cancels it out. Your clock, and then your mileage. And then over here is your, it'll give you a check engine or your temperature gauge. So and a little shift light too. So all in all, you know, pretty straightforward stuff. Bike sounds great, runs great. Fully serviced, inspected, and detailed. All of our bikes, we get a 48-point checklist going on all these bikes. So oil and filter, these are basic things for us. We're really trying to make sure that when you get it, it is as close to 100% as we can make it. They're mechanical systems, so, you know, you're going to have problems sometimes. And that's what happens with a used bike. So this is why we take all the precautions that we can up front, so that when you get it, like I said, it is as close as we can make it to 100%. So all the bikes, we put battery tender leads on them so that when you're going to charge up your bike, you pull it in, you just put the battery tender right into the little pigtail there and leave it, and you're good to go. Now this bike also has new tires. You can see the rubber, the meat on that just scrubbed in. Oh yeah, the meat's on this one. Frame sliders. But that's it. It's in great shape. Again, it is an R-titled bike due to the theft recovery, but, you know, if that's not a big deal to you, you can have yourself a really nice 2005 GSXR 600, which, again, is probably one of the most sought-after years for the Gixxer. You can hear the reviews, you can read them, but they're all going to say pretty much the same thing. Great meaty mid-range, super, super comfortable riding position for a sport bike, that is, because these things are not the most comfortable bikes in the world to ride. So, you know, the ergonomics and the position that you're on with that bike absolutely makes a difference. Just a stunning bike. Just a stunning bike. You know, you could ride this every day. Again, if you're somebody that's a sport bike rider, well, then you know. You already know. This is what you want to do, is you want to ride this baby. Open up the garage door, get your gear on, let her warm up maybe for a second or two. It's fuel injected, but you always do that. And then get going down the road. Offers miles of smiles. So if you are digging the 2005 Suzuki GSXR 600, give us a call at 717-273-1809. You can see the full list of inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have some aftermarket warranties available, some financing options available. We can ship bikes, in some cases deliver them. It just kind of boils down to what is it that we need to do to help accommodate you in order to get that in your garage, so that when you open up the garage, you got a big old smile and you want to go ride. That's what it is all about. And the sport bikes, in my opinion, personally, is probably the most fun you're going to have, but it doesn't matter. They're all two wheels and a motor. It's just one way of configuring it, and it just so happens to be my personal favorite, but hey, as long as you're riding. Well, until the next bike, happy riding.